Hey there, Kevin is back with the official PSVG review of the Children of Morta. Let's start with the story here. The Bergson family has watched over Mount Morta for generations as the guardians of the mystical mountain. They now face their most dangerous trial as a family. Corruption has spread, morphing the once peaceful mountain into a violent and monster-infested nightmare. Experience what it means to be in a family of heroes, take part in their journey, their struggles, and their victories. Witness the love for each other unmatched by even the gods themselves. Fight through hordes of unfathomable beasts as you explore the darkest depths of this ever-changing mountain. Gorgeous and breathtaking procedurally generated dungeons guarantee a unique experience every time you leave the safety of the Bergson's house in pursuit of the truth behind the corruption. It was developed by Dead Mage Studios and published by 11-Bit Studios for PC, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and now available on the Nintendo Switch. So Children of Morta is an action RPG with a roguelite approach to character development, where you don't play as a single character, but a whole extraordinary family of heroes. Hack and slash through hordes of enemies in this procedurally generated dungeons, caves, and lands that lead the family of Bergsons with all their flaws and virtues against the forthcoming corruption. Gameplay-wise, it's a unique mix of action-adventure, RPG, roguelike, and hack and slash game. That is a mouthful, but let me explain here. So typically, I stray away from the roguelike game style. However, this one plays a lot differently. So the dungeons, yes, are procedurally generated each time you dive back into the caverns and take on your enemies, but what you gather, much like your roguelikes, carries on and you're able to level up and re-experience your character. But this game is designed a little bit different so that, yes, you're made to die, but that's how you get your story. The story elements in this game are all interwoven in the scenes when you go back to home after a failed run through a dungeon or cavern or whatever you want to call it in this game. That's where you get your story elements. That's where you see the characters in the family interact with each other. That's how you're introduced to new characters that you'll eventually be able to play as. So it's a very unique twist. It's more of a hack and slash dungeon crawler that has these roguelike elements in there, but it's really, really well done. So as we said, the gameplay wise, you run back and forth. It's procedurally generated the dungeons. There's no permadeath, so no Fire Emblem crippling fear of losing somebody you like, and you can change the family members in between story dungeon runs. So as we said, the story takes place in a distant land, but copes with themes and emotions common to all of us: love and hope, longing and uncertainty, ultimately loss and sacrifice we're willing to make to save the ones we most care for. But basically, it's a story about a family of heroes standing against encroaching darkness, end of the world, post-apocalyptic. We're used to this type of thing, but it's a really cool and different, unique twist that the fact that you're playing as an entire family, not just one person. So imagine playing like The Legend of Zelda, but you get to be each character in the game running through your dungeons, and you see the story bits, and it's all interwoven with, mother and son, father and daughter, grandfather, grandmother, and all these different family dynamics are also interwoven into this game that most people see when they think of roguelike being, well, there's not much story, there's not much substance here, it's just a dungeon crawler, a loot and grab, upgrade my characters and go on. This one has unique, nice story built in there. As far as audio elements, the music is good in this game, but the voiceover is pretty good too as well. There's a narrator that narrates the scenes in between dungeon runs. I feel like it's pretty well done. Gives you a sense of what the family is going through and the stress that they're placed under with this task that they're basically challenged with as part of their life, caring for the mountain and taking care of the corruption that comes through here. So the different characters you get to play as are all unique and different. So you have characters from ranged attacks, magic spells, blocks, stuns, evasions are a big part of this game as well, and then the passive buffs you just get. It's all there for you to discover, unlock, and upgrade. You can choose eventually from 6 different family members, each with having different unique skill sets. The father, John, is a protective warrior with a sword and shield, think Link. The elder daughter, Linda, is an archer, Kevin, a quiet fighter equipped with deadly daggers. Lucy is a wizard, a lively and bold fire mage. Mark is a martial arts fighter, and Joey, who basically just smashes stuff with a giant sledgehammer, so that's fun. But each character is leveled up and geared up and made uniquely as you run through, so they all play entirely different, which makes for a great replay value and also just allows you in between runs to switch characters and try something different. Like if you hit a point where you're like, wow, this is really tough, maybe martial arts isn't going to work, I need to be more ranged, then your next run you pick Lind and jump right in. And each character is upgraded and skilled up differently, independently. Their experience carries over individually, making the overall family more powerful as you upgrade everybody. The art style is a combination of hand-painted pixel art and frame-by-frame animations, with a really cool lighting techniques that make it kind of come alive. So it's almost like you're playing an 8-bit game of old. Like it's an obscure, I guess, RPG where you kind of get an idea of what the character looks like, but it's not super detailed. But the lighting is really what makes this game atmospheric and dynamic. Is just kind of how that changes and goes through. But overall, it's a beautiful looking game. Pixel art done well. As we know, I've said especially too that I get a little tired of the pixel art style, but in this one it was done deliberately with meaning, and it looks great in the overall scheme of things. So basically, I'd say from PSVG, this is a definite recommend. Sits very well reviewed over on Steam as well, but I think if you got some time and some effort, you want to try something just a little different, I think Children of Morta might be for you. So that's all from us this time. This is Kevin from PSVG. Have a great day.